Hello everyone, welcome to Insights. Today I'm going to be talking about quadratic equations. Now, a quadratic equation is an equation that takes the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now, in this equation, we have our unknown variable, that is x. This a is known as coefficient of x squared. In quadratic equations, a can never be 0 because if x is 0, this won't be a quadratic equation because a quadratic equation has to have a square term. Now the term b is the coefficient of x, c is the constant. Now both b and c can be 0. Now let's look at an example and see how we can solve quadratic equations. Look at this example. X squared plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Now in this example, we can either use factorization method or we can either use the equation method. Firstly, we look at the factorization method. Now on the factorization method, we factorize the c term. Using those factors, we form the b term. Thereafter, we factorize the whole expression and solve the equation. Let's look at the factors of 6. Now 6 is a product of 6 and 1. 6 is also a product of 3 and 2. Therefore, we can add 3 and we can add 2 to form 5x. We can say x squared plus 3x plus 2x plus 6 equals to 0. Now look at this equation. X squared plus 3x plus 2x plus 6. Here we have x squared plus 3x. If we separate x, we get x plus 3. Now 2x plus 6, if we separate plus 2, we get x plus 3. And that is equal to 0. X plus 3 is the common term. So we take it out into x plus 2 equals to 0. Now, when we look at this expression, we can clearly see that x plus 3 into x plus 2 is equal to 0, which means either of these two terms has to be 0. Therefore, we say x plus 3 equals to 0, x plus 2 equals to 0, x equals to minus 3 or x equals to minus. Now what we can do is we can substitute x equals minus 3 and x equals minus 2 into our equation and verify our answers. Let's do that. Let's substitute x equals minus 3 and x equals minus 2 into our equation separately and check whether we get 0. Now instead of x, I substitute minus 3 first. Minus 3 squared plus 5 in minus 3 plus 6 equals to 0. Now minus 3 squared is 9 minus 15 plus 6 equal to 0. Plus 9 plus 6 is plus 15 minus 15 is equal to 0. Now let's substitute x equals minus 2 into our equation. Minus 2 squared plus 5 into minus 2 plus 6 equals to 0. Minus 2 squared is 4. Minus 2 into 5 is minus 10. Plus 6 is also 0. Therefore, our answers minus 3, x equals minus 3 or x equals minus 2 Correct. Let's look at another example. Now look at this example. 2x squared minus 5x equals to 0. Now the generic form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. We have our ax squared, 2x squared, plus bx is also there, but the c term is missing. Now how are we going to solve this equation? We can easily separate x. If we take x out from the equation, we are left with 2x minus 5, and this is equal to 0. Therefore, we can write x equals 0 or 2x minus 5 equals to 0. Therefore, 2x equals to 5. X equals to 2.5. Let's substitute x equals 2.5 and x equals 0 into our equation. 2x squared minus 5x equals to 0. Our answers were x equals 0 or x equals to 2.5. So we say 2 into 0 squared minus 5 into 0 should equal to 0. Therefore, 0 squared is 0. 0 multiplied by 2 is 0. 0 minus 5 into 0 is 0. Therefore, 0 equals to 0. Let's substitute x equals 2.5 into our equation. 2 into 2.5 squared minus 5 into 2.5 equals to 0. 2 into 5 over 2 squared minus 5 into 5 over 2 equals to 0. Therefore, we can write 2 into 25 over 4 minus 25 over 2 equals to 0. 2 into 25 over 4 is 25 over 2. That is, 2 and 4 will get cancelled off. We are left with 25 over 2 minus 25 over 2 is 0. Therefore, we know that our answers are correct. Look at this example. X squared minus 9 equals to 0. Now in this equation, we have our x squared term. A squared is there, c is there, but bx is not available. However, we can factorize this equation as x squared minus 3 squared equals to 0. We know x squared minus 3 squared can be written as x minus 3 into x plus 3 equals to 0. Therefore, we can say x minus 3 equals to 0 or x plus 3 equals to 0. Therefore, x equals 3 or x equals to minus 3. Okay, let's verify our answers. Our initial equation was x squared minus 9 equals to 0. Let's substitute positive 3. 3 squared minus 9 is 0 because 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. Minus 3 squared minus 9 is also 0 because minus 3 squared is positive 9 minus negative 9 is also 0. Therefore, we can clearly see that our answers are correct. Now, so far we have discussed the factorization method of solving quadratic equations. Now, let's look at the formula method. If our quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. We could derive the answer of this using equation x equals minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now let's consider an example. Solve it using both the methods and verify our answers. So I consider 4x squared plus 6x plus 2 equals to 0. Now using the factorization method, we will have to use factors of 8 because in this equation we have a coefficient for the x squared term, therefore we will have to use factors of 8. Now factors of 8 are 8 into 1, or we can say 4 into 2. We can clearly see that if we use 4 and 2, we can compose 6x. Thereby we can solve this equation. 4x squared plus 4x plus 2x plus 2 equals to 0. We can separate 4x. So we are left with x plus 1. From the other terms, we will take 2. Therefore, we are left with x plus 1. X plus 1 and 4x plus 2 equals to 0. Therefore, we can say x plus 1 equals to 0. Oh, 4x plus 2 equals to 0. Therefore, x equals to minus 1 or 4x equals to minus 2, which means to say x equals minus 2 divided by 4, which is minus half. Now let's get the same answers using the formula that we discussed earlier. Okay, we'll now use the formula x equals minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Our equation was 4x squared plus 6x plus 2 equals to 0. Now, value of a is 4, which is the coefficient of x squared term. Value of b is 6 and c is 2. Let's substitute these values to our formula. Minus b plus or minus 6 plus or minus 6 squared minus 4 into 4 into 2 divided by 2 into 4. Therefore, we get minus 6 plus or minus 36 minus 4 into 4 is 16 into 2 is 2 divided by 8. Therefore, minus 6 plus or minus square root 4 divided by 8. Now we get minus 6 plus 2 divided by 8 or minus 6 minus 2 divided by 8. Minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4 divided by 8 is minus half, or minus 6 minus 2 is minus 8 divided by 8 is minus 1. Therefore, our answers are correct because initially the answers we got under factorization method was minus half and minus 1. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Do hit the like button and also subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.